Hey guys, I wanted to talk about thoughts today because honestly, I think this is like the most important thing in creating a better life for yourself. I'm gonna use my own personal example of standing up in front of a crowd of over 500 people. I did it last September. It was when I went up to a college in Maine and I spoke, and I hate public speaking. It's the scariest thing to me. It's my biggest fear. And I somehow was able to get up there and speak and enjoy it and actually spread a message to people. And that's something that I never, ever in a million years would have thought that I could do. But I changed one thing about myself, and that was my thoughts. Changing your thoughts will change your entire life. So once I started changing my thoughts, I realized that I started getting a lot more opportunities, and I found myself in situations that I never normally would have been in. So I was surrounded by more positive people, and things presented themselves to me, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna do this too. I started telling myself a different story about myself. So instead of going into situations being afraid of how I was gonna mess it up, or worrying all the time, or thinking to myself, I'm not good enough for this, I started to switch that, and I started to tell myself, you are good enough for this. Maybe you can do it. And then little by little, I was challenging myself and doing things that I normally wouldn't have done. So I just kind of played with my mind. And at first I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna pretend like I'm good enough. I'm just gonna go into this situation. And somehow things just started to work out. And I was like, okay, this is weird. And then I really started to truly believe it. And then that's when bigger things started happening. I started to be able to go to these events and speak in front of people, and people that I usually would have been so intimidated to even talk to one-on-one, and now I'm speaking in front of so many of them. Another thing is when you play it safe and you tell yourself that you're not good enough for certain things and you shouldn't do this, and oh my God, you're gonna embarrass yourself, what makes you think you're good enough? When you do that, you save the Okay, the only situations you're gonna find yourself in are ones that are super safe. When you're only taking opportunities that are safe and you know 100% it's gonna work out, you're not really living life the way you're supposed to live. You don't really feel alive. That's when you're kind of on autopilot and you're just like a robot in your life. You're not really putting yourself out there and taking a risk. And that's what life is all about, because when you're doing that, when you're afraid of something and then you push through and you face your fear and you do it, you feel freaking amazing. You feel so alive. I remember speaking at that college, being up on that stage, thinking to myself, I don't even feel like myself. I feel like a completely different person. And it's because I was stepping into the highest version of me, the way I should be living all the time, the way we all should be living. But we have all these doubts and fears and everything holding us back. And I think it's because that's how we were conditioned, growing up in today's society. But you can always come out of that. You just have to practice, and you have to be aware of your thoughts. And it's changed my life dramatically. I'm doing things that I never thought that I could do. And I know you've probably heard it a million times, but I'm gonna repeat it because it's so true. Your thoughts shape your reality. Whatever you're thinking, that's what you are creating in front of you, which is the coolest thing ever. Because if you play with that, you can have really good thoughts, really good self-belief, and then you're gonna create this beautiful, amazing life. You're gonna be in such a good mood. You're gonna be changing other people's lives, just feeling positive all the time, just attracting good situations and good people into your life, and you're gonna create the life of your dreams. Change your thoughts, change your life.